Really hoping John doesn't show up randomly like he always does.
It's more comfortable.
Hey, thank you. Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Ira. This is First Mic, where we talk to comics about their first time on stage. Today, we got Jesse Pimpinella, a Youngstownian, fellow Youngstownian, if you will.
Don't mind me.
He's so awkward. Ladies and gentlemen, as you just heard, we have the amazing, wonderful fellow Youngstownian, actually. Fellow Youngstownian, Jesse Pimpinella.
I can't believe I didn't know you were from Youngstown as well.
Dude, that's fucking wild. And it's so funny because, like, you can't escape us.
No, you can't.
Especially if you're from there, you cannot escape us.
There was a Columbus exodus of Youngstown people that came here. That's what happened. And I mean, it's so crazy. I saw someone, they had a tattoo, 330 on their hand. And
why?
Like, I don't, it's a band of pride.
It is, I guess.
Like, here's how crazy I am about Youngstown real quickly. I just want you to know. And this is a cool fact. You've seen the movie Goodfellas, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The scene where Henry Hill picks up the newspaper at the end of the movie.
Okay.
That's the Vindicator. That's my hometown
Is it
newspaper.
really?
That's the Vindicator.
The fuck did I not know that?
Because the reason why is because Youngstown has a huge mob history, and because it was halfway between New York and Chicago, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. But it's a homage to that.
I didn't know that was the Vindicator.
Look at that.
So I mean, I know what the Vindicator is. I grew up there, but I didn't realize. Now I gotta look it up and check it out. I'm so pissed.
We're vindicated.
We're vindicated. It's real.
Yes, it's real.
Okay, we're gonna come back to some Youngstown stuff, I'm sure. But first, official question: what made you say yes to being on First Mic?
Because I saw all the amazing work that you do. I mean, this is a wonderful brand, and it's a wonderful thing you got going on. Because you want to see this comedy scene grow
for sure,
and that's what I always wanted to see. Because you got your hands in the mics, you got your hands on this, and you're introducing audiences to comedians that they never heard of. You're fostering something in a time where I think we desperately need that. Also, it creates a camaraderie, it creates a friendship, it creates, because like there was a time in where things were overly competitive and not so friendly, and things have changed a lot since then. Now it's work. It's a healthy competitiveness.
Sure.
Like I tell people, like, I'm going to go on stage. The person that's before me, I tell them, blow me out of the water. Make me work.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I want to see them score. I want to see them do well. Because that's what's good for a show. That's what I want to see someone succeed. And this is what your show has. That your show has that energy.
Yeah.
And that's the energy I want to involve myself with because it's so positive and it can only create the best work, not because there's a saying, pressure can create two things: diamonds or rubble, and it depends on which type of pressure it is. And this is good pressure. This is pressure of, hey, I see something in you. What can you do now?
Hell yeah. No, I love that. I appreciate that, and that's something that we definitely want. We want to highlight comedy in ways that people don't normally see it. People see people on stage, which is great. I think like your normal regular audience member sees the perfect, polished, amazing, wonderful sets that people put on Netflix and stuff, which is great, amazing, love that.
Yes.
But that's not always what it looks like. Actually, that's not at all what it looks like because that's such a curated thing that people don't realize is super curated, which again, we love it. It's great. We would love to make that happen here.
There it is.
I'm looking at Brandon, not at you as the audience member. So you just get this by default. Brandon, thank you so much. We're working on it. Now that's and then to be totally frank, we want to go back to doing doing shows. We want to do them. Bigger isn't necessarily the way we want to say it, but more polished, refined, and to be able to showcase it in a way that people see it online and are able to check it out. That's the next thing we want to get back into. So no, I love that you said that. So what do you love about comedy?
You know what? I love the fact that there is a certain healing factor to it.
Okay.
And I say this because I've been doing a lot of introspective, like thinking about why I do comedy, what I'm doing it for. And I think that happens at times, like, when I've been doing this for about close to 14 years now. Okay. So, and sometimes, it's, I'm doing it so I can get this next opportunity, get this next opportunity, this opportunity. And then sometimes that feels a little shallow and empty. And you're like, all right, let's get back to the root. Why did you do this? And I actually remembered why.
Okay.
It's a silly story. I remember I went to a school where the punishment was you sit on the stoop and watch all the other kids during recess have fun, right? And for me, I was the class clown. So I was like, oh, let me entertain the kids on the stoop. And because I had a captive audience. So whether they like me or not, I'm going to work out I'm going to get a tight 5 before I'm in 5th grade. You know what I mean? Like, because I loved comedy from that young of an age.
Okay.
And it made people feel better because they were like, oh man, because they felt kind of ignored. They kind of felt like lepers at recess. Like no one will talk to them because if you talk to them, maybe you'll end up on the stoop. And
exactly.
So yeah, and like for me also growing up, there was a lot of things that occurred in my life, and comedy was always this kind of great escape to teach me like, hey, if you can laugh, you can get through your worst day possible. You know, Christopher Titus was a huge inspiration.
Okay.
All of his comedy is about the hilarious trauma that occurred to him in his life. And he talks about the darkest of dark material. He talks about his father's funeral, his mom who was bipolar schizophrenic, who killed her second husband, who then killed her. Like very dark stuff. Yeah. And it's unbelievably funny. Reverent to what he's talking about, but very funny. And it makes you go like, if he could stand up to all that, then I can. And that's why, like, comedy for me is there's this healing element that always occurs to me because outside of stand-up, I also do something called Good Medicine, which is it brings performers into children's hospitals as well as senior facilities to perform because the healing that laughing can do can make you forget about the environment that you feel powerless in. And a lot of the comedy that we do is asking the resident or the patient for help. And when they're able to help us in a very comedic way, they feel empowered. So that's dope. Honestly, I know it sounds super cliche, and I hate to be like, I'm just trying to heal the world, man. You know what I mean? But honestly, like it comes from that natural instinct. Yeah. Because I sure shit didn't do this for money.
Word. And it's so funny because I think people know that comics don't make money, but they don't realize like comics don't make money.
Yeah.
Like it's real.
There's the old joke, what's the difference between a comic and a pizza? A pizza can feed a family of 5. Like that's the old joke. And
hell yeah. Word.
So we love this. It's sort of like a weird marching order, a call.
Yeah. No, I love that, man. I think you had mentioned, oh man, you mentioned something. You mentioned how, is it like a business thing that you do in terms of going into hospitals and, was it nursing homes? Like, tell me about that.
So there's a thing called Good Medicine Production. It was started out here in Westerville, Ohio by Christy Kaler Vocalo. And she's amazing. She's fantastic. And we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary of it all. And it's professional clowning that teaches you how to go into hospitals. There's like a form. There's of how you do it. You know what I mean? And how you're supposed and like an etiquette. You go in, you're not going in to go, hey, I'm going to entertain you. You know what I mean? You're going in like, I'll be my character's Dr. Weeble Wobble. And I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I'll come in the room. I need some help real quickly. So I got these jokes and I'm not sure if they're good enough, and I'm afraid the doctors are going to be angry at me. Can I test them out on you? Can you tell me if they're good or not?
Absolutely.
And then they will like, yeah. And I'm like, is it good? And if it's good, they'll give me a thumbs up. Oh, thank you. If it's bad, like, oh, I wasted your time.
I love it.
And they feel like they help me in the end. It's little things that like that. It's so amazing, and it's so healthy to laugh.
Yes, absolutely. We definitely, I mean, we'll touch on it a little bit here, but we definitely got to talk more about that because I've had some conversations with folks on how, like, the branding of the ICC, I think, is good. But I want to be able to connect to more folks in a more positive way, and also, honestly, in a financial way.
Yeah.
But but I say that to say that, like, I had a conversation with someone, it was really good, and she was like, you got to connect it to mental health because it's there and you know how to do that. And I was like, you're right. So we got to talk more about that offline.
Oh yeah, let's definitely
for sure.
That, yeah.
So I love that. You know, loving comedy for the sake of it, you know, helping other people is a very selfless thing. And I think so many people get into comedy selfishly, which nothing wrong with that, to be totally honest. No. When it gets narcissistic, that's different.
There's a good amount of selfishness. I know some people selfish, they see that's a dirty word. No. Listen, if you being selfish is that you feel good when you make other people happy and
Boom.
you help them forget their problems, then we need more selfish people like that in this world.
For sure.
We need a lot more selfish people.
For sure.
But if you're doing it because I'm doing it for the paycheck, I don't care about how they react, I need to keep, then that's when it gets a little bit muddled.
Also, I'm impressed if you're a comic and you're doing it for the paycheck and you live here locally. Good for you, man. Like, damn. Teach me shit. Goodness great. They wouldn't because they're selfish. Boom. Boom. Narcissistic selfish.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your first mic, man. Tell us about your first time on stage.
So I've been on stage first time a few different times.
Okay.
I'll real quickly. The first time was 8th grade.
Love that.
Because I loved comedy so much.
Yeah.
I remember our big giant TV went out at home, and we had like this. I would record on this small TV and was able to get cable into it. And I recorded Ron White's comedy special, which was not something I should be watching at that young age. But I did, and I'm like, you could tell jokes, and so that's got me into the talent show, telling jokes and stuff like that, stuff I wrote. And then I went in high school. I did a school lock-in where I did stand up there. Again, captive audience. It's kind of a
like
it seems like
go somewhere if you want to.
I'm like the guy from Reservoir Dogs when he has the cop tied up. Like, listen, I don't care if you laugh or not. I'm going to tell these jokes. Stuck in the middle with you.
He's just like, I'm dying and so are you.
The only difference is the guy's cutting his own ear off so he doesn't have to hear my jokes.
Good for him.
Good for him. He's like, motherfucker. But my real time, I was 18, and I did something called Youngstown Comedy Syndicate.
Okay.
And it was a group of comedians, and they did it in the back of a Belleria's pizza. Belleria.
Hell yeah.
Belleria is the best pizza in the
Literally,
land.
thank you.
There we go.
Fuck yes, best pizza. Also, side note, y'all should sponsor us. Just saying.
Belleria's.
Saying.
Listen, when I leave Youngstown after visiting my family, I get 3 of your sheets, and I go put them in the freezer, and I just feed off that until next time I go to Youngstown.
I'm tagging you in this. Y'all should sponsor
Belleria.
us. Just saying.
All right.
Just saying.
Yes.
Anyways, Belleria pizza. Which Belleria pizza was it?
It was in Cornersburg.
Okay.
Yes. And they did stand up there, and it was weekly Friday show. And it wasn't like Youngstown didn't have a big prosperous comedy scene. So here's the thing: like here in Columbus, like you bomb on a Monday, you can make up on a Tuesday and have a good set.
For sure.
You bomb on a Friday in Youngstown, you got 1 week of stink on you, and you got to wait till the next Friday. And that's if you get on the mic. Yeah. So it was really rough, but yeah, no, I did that for a long time. Met a lot of great people, still friends to this day. And the first time I did it, it was purposeful. It was that moment where you're like, this is where I feel like I belong. This is where I feel like I'm most comfortable. This is where and again, that comes that little selfishness. You know what I mean? like. Because I was just getting out of high school, and you saw a lot of people that felt like, sometimes you look from outside inside, and you look at people and you're like, I feel like they got what their thing is. You know what I mean? Like you see the football players with the varsity jackets and this and that, and there's people nicknamed Mr. Football and stuff like that. And it's like, who was I? Who was I as a kid? Were you a football player?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, that's fine. That's fine. I ain't putting you down for that.
No, not at all.
You got to find something.
Absolutely.
You got to find something sooner, and I never had that. And then it's like when you find that camaraderie of outcasts that you feel like you belong in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like your personal A team. It's like your Guardians of the Galaxy. Like,
for sure.
We're all the misfits that make this amazing. And I mean, because that's what comedians are. We're misfits. We're misfits of society. And that's what makes our comedy so good, is because we're looking from outside to in. Yeah. And that's why a lot of comedians have different perspectives. And that's why a lot of audience members are like, I had that thought. I never thought about putting that thought out.
Yes.
But comedians voice that quiet, sometimes antisocial thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put that. Yeah. No, I've always had respect for. I mean, actually, side note, where'd you go to school?
Oh God, I don't want to say the school out loud.
Okay, then don't say it out loud.
They're in the news for controversy right now. So like, which by the way, Youngstown is small enough. So just by what I just said, they're like, oh, we got the school. I might as well just say it.
I mean, that's up to you if you want to say it, but I got it.
Ursuline.
Yeah. Yeah. Side note too, now that you say Ursuline, I'm actually surprised. Well, you wouldn't have done comedy there. You would have had to just do it. But the Belleria that's right there by Ursuline. Yeah. Now we're digging deep in people.
I would have loved to do comedy there. Yeah.
I love that. That's my favorite one, just because it's like the first one. And it was and like I grew up on the north side, but I went to Liberty.
Yeah.
And
okay.
so for me,
you're not far. That's Logan.
It's right there.
Right there.
Yeah, literally hit Logan and you're there. Sorry to everybody who has like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Get a GPS and follow the show better. All right.
Yes. But no, that's so funny. So you went to Ursula. Well, then where'd you go to middle school?
I went to St. Patrick's School.
Okay, that makes sense. That tracks.
My parents put me all through the Catholics.
Yeah, that tracks.
I went to the Oblates, which was the nuns. They taught preschool to kindergarten and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I had the full entire Catholic upbringing.
Stand-up comedy makes a lot more sense now.
Oh, yes.
So then you said you went to Ursuline. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but didn't Allison McBain go to Ursuline?
She did.
Yeah. Did
She
you know
did.
that? He wouldn't care.
She did.
Yeah.
And there's, believe it or not, there's a few people that famous came out of Ursula and all that stuff. So you guys could look that up. That's your own little homework to do for the show.
Yes. Do your homework. It's interesting.
Homework.
Ursuline could suck a bag of balls. Anyways,
I agree.
That's just me speaking from hatred because, we went to a different school.
Yeah.
No, that's cool though. I love that. I had a different thought that I was going with, but I got sidetracked by Ursuline.
I sidetrack
Belleria
everybody
pizza.
in interviews. It's my fault.
But especially like when you connect with me in a positive way
about
Youngstown, then I get sidetracked for sure.
Yeah.
First mic. Oh, you were talking about your first mic as an 8th grader, which is so funny to me. and then when you were 18, we were talking about like the misfit thing, that energy.
Yeah.
I think it's super important that, and this kind of ties into advice. So I think it's super important that people who are getting into comedy or who have been in it for a while find your community.
Find your community.
And when you do that, you're more likely to stick with, it doesn't matter what it is, comedy, whatnot.
Yeah.
You're more likely to stick with it because you have people who can hold you accountable, which is important, and people who can support you, which is important. So yeah, finding that is really good.
And in the group that I found in Youngstown, like I said, I'll give them a shout out. Matt Onesti, Harrison Poole. Those two were big and crucial in when I filmed my 2 comedy specials in Youngstown.
Oh,
that's in Youngstown. So I did.
Okay.
I always So and they kept me accountable. And like I remember I was headlining at the Funny Farm one weekend, and I was running the material for the first time.
Yeah.
And I actually had those two in the audience, and I said, if it's good, we move forward with filming. If it's not good, we go back to I keep working on it. And that's how much I believe in what those two have to say. They are brilliant. And Harrison was that type of guy where he was always the why not aspect. Because it was like, because we were sitting, I remember we were on a Steak and Shake and talking about like, oh man, if this happened, if this door opened in comedy, I would do this. And he was the first one to say at the dinner, why not? What do you mean? Why don't we get cameras? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And you get to own your stuff outright and stuff like that. And that's how brilliant Harrison is. That's how brilliant Matt is. That's shout out to you two. You guys are great.
Love that. Hell yeah. Okay, so I know this is first mic where we talk about your first time on stage. Tell us about the special. Tell us the details. Like, how did it go? How did it feel when you actually had the one that you were going to actually put out?
Hot Mess and Spooky are both of my specials, and they were incredible. They were an incredible experience. What I would do is I would create an hour, and then what I would do is the special would only be 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then I would take the 30 minutes I cut and tour with that to tour with the new special.
Okay.
So I would have something. So it was kind of like, so I can and also because I fell in love with the Comedy Central Presents, the half hour and all that.
Because they were great.
And if you watch it, it's like how we shot it. Like
nice.
that. I'm always doing things against the grain. That's just how I've always been. But anyways. Sure. We got, what we did was we hired a bunch of college students that were looking to get, experience. Cause when you got college, it's like, I need experience. Well, for this job.
Yes.
And it's like, but I need this job to get experience.
Yes.
But they can't get the job because they don't have.
Yes.
So we found college students that were willing to film and cameras, lights. We hired out a bunch of locals in Youngstown and all that. And, the first place we shot it was in the Federal Building, downtown Youngstown.
Nice.
And the second one we shot was just a little bit outside of Youngstown. I know I'm cheating, but everything's Youngstown. If you're in Youngstown, you know what I'm saying.
Word.
It was a little bit. It was closer to Canfield, but yeah.
Word.
But anyways, so bottom line is, it was an incredible thing, and I had a team that I can't thank enough. Dave Rovich, the owner of the Funny Farm, helped out a great deal. Johnny Lee Dam, who mentored me a lot. And my wife, Spooky, that's her. She kept it all together because even after we did the special, which when we did the special, it was amazing. It was because you work a year to get everybody in the right spot, get all the contracts, every camera people, lights. Also, you could do two 1 hour shows back to back.
Yeah.
And then after that, you gotta hope you have it.
Yeah.
You gotta hope you have it.
Yeah.
And we did, and it was good. But the distribution was always the hard part. And that's like, I tell comics, like, in order to do any sort of project, you have to have this marching order in the back of your head that makes you go, I have to do this or I'll die. I'll run out of oxygen. Because there's going to be times you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to quit a lot. And there was times where we had distribution, then we lost distribution, and we got this, and then we got that. And it was like, and it makes you think like there's something wrong with me or something I did. And it's just the nature of a volatile business. It happens. But then you just keep looking, you keep searching, you keep finding it. And we were lucky we got Roku to digitally release both specials.
Nice.
The one special, the Spooky, is also on Fossum, which is a new independent thing, and it's pretty cool. I'm digging the whole independent vibe. I like it. And then both albums went number 1 on Amazon, which was amazing. Yes, it was a very proud moment. The second one, the first special, it was so cool because the first one was right behind Bo Burnham's Inside for a little bit, and I was like freaking out. I was calling Amazon like, there's clearly something wrong with your thing. I should not be there. I should be in the 30s. What the hell's the matter with you? And then the second time for Spooky, I was right behind Rob Schneider at one point, and we were doing a live show at one point, and I told the audience, like, here's where I'm at right now. I need you to pull out your phones, because if I'm second place to Rob Schneider, I will Jim Jones us all. I will simply Jim Jones us all.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Like I was like dead serious, but no.
Yeah.
But the success of those is a huge testament to my team.
Sure.
To my wife,
absolutely.
to Matt, to Harrison, to Johnny, to Dave. Those were the guys that were the true hero. I was just the dummy they propped up and was a lightning rod to their success.
Yes. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I love that you say that, because I feel the same way. And I give him his props every now and then. Brandon is the reason that this shit, because like I could have done this with an iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
And like a cheapish kind of, microphone, and I probably still would have had guests on it.
Yeah.
But this looks amazing and sounds amazing on purpose.
Take care of your team. Pay your team. The night of the special, I made no money.
Oh, I bet.
No money. Because I was going to own the whole thing outright. I made sure the camera crew was paid, the lights were paid, the guys who brought the curtains were paid, the club was paid. They got to keep all the tickets. I told everybody, keep all your money, keep everything, and then I will make my money on the back of selling it later.
Yeah.
Because I want people to know, like, you guys all came together to make a dream happen. That's what you got paid for. That's what you did, whether it was holding a camera to this. And so I'm not thinking about the money. I'm not thinking about that. And I'll figure that out later. I'm a comedian. I'm used to debt. I'll figure my way out. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's creating the artwork, creating the thing. And they've been both successful works. I'm really excited. My wife's already saying, like, hold off on the third right now, just because we have some life stuff she wants to do first, getting a house and all that stuff. She's like, let's then we'll get a little crazy. But but I've been very fortunate.
I love that. No, that's dope, man. So our last meatier question.
Oh yeah, let's go for it.
What advice would you give either a brand new comic or somebody who's maybe interested in starting comedy but hasn't taken that step yet?
Write down on a piece of notebook paper why you're going to do this. Why do you want to make people laugh? Why you love it? What is the first memory that made you want to do this? And hold on to that piece of paper for the rest of your life.
Damn.
Because there are going to be times where, I've been on the road where I'm halfway into a 4-hour trip and the venue cancels the show. I've been in situations where I was promised a flat rate, only got door, and door was bad. And I didn't know it was going to be, they changed the deal last second. If I knew it was door, I would have counted everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to be in a position where business meets art, and business will kind of suck the fun out of art.
Yes.
But it's so vital and important to remember why you do this, because that's what's going to keep you going. That's what's going to make you love doing this. You're going to love it when you hate it, and you're going to hate it when you love it, but you're going to do it because, again, it's part of that weird marching order in the back of your head.
Yep.
And I'm going to keep moving towards that. I would say, don't forget why you did this. You love it. It's fun. It's great. Everything else will follow. Because here's the thing. If you're not having fun, the audience will know it.
Yep.
The audience will see this empty shell of a man that is on stage. You know what I mean? The audience is smart. They can figure it out.
Yes.
I've worked with enough headliners where they've been on Comedy Central and Netflix, and I can see the ones that love what they do, and I can see the ones that are like, all right, if we hear a loud bang and a drop, B, let's try to keep it classy. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell. And the audience can read it, and they can tell you're not having a good time. I remember this one time, I won't name names. This guy had 5 sold-out shows. He was at the Funny Farm, and he wasn't happy the entire time. And the audience read it.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, and I was in my first year at the time, and I'm like, I would love this. If this was all I got once a year, I would love this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the energy.
Yeah.
That's the energy. Don't lose that energy.
Yeah.
That's the energy you need to keep to sustain this.
Right.
And then after everything else, you'll be fine.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I've said this so many times on this show, with that question being the question that prompts it. Like, I love comedy. And I love helping with comedy. I love facilitating it and producing and creating and giving these. But I don't love comedy that way.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I love this stuff that way.
Yeah.
I mean, my full-time job, I'm an actor. I love acting that way.
That's it.
Like, I get paid enough in acting to, like, live and be okay, and I'm good.
Beautiful.
Sometimes I don't.
A salute.
Thank you.
There you go.
Sometimes I don't, and that's why it's great to have a partner, or just, just credit cards and debt.
Yep.
But with acting, I love acting that way. I love creating opportunities to help people out that way.
You'll always be successful.
Exactly.
You will always be successful in that
100%.
manner. And that is something people need to strive at more, because you don't want to, because you're right now, you're setting yourself up for, you're 80, you're on a rocking chair, you're on the porch, and you go, yeah, I did it right.
Yeah.
And if you could do that, then you did life right.
Literally.
And that's what I tell myself. Do it for the old man that's going to be in the wheel in that rocking chair one day.
Yes.
Do it for him. Let him look back at what you've done and go, yeah. And do it for the kid who was performing in front of the stoop with all the reasons. Wow, I get to do that?
Yes.
Wow, I get to do that?
Yes.
Wow, I get to do that too?
Hell yeah.
Those are the 2 people you impress. You don't impress anybody else. You work on those 2 people only, and you will find success.
Yeah.
I promise it.
I was about to say, the only people I do it for are the 8-year-old and the 8-year-old.
And
hopefully there's another version that's after the 8-year-old. Hopefully.
I turned 80.
You're like, and I'm done. Fuck this shit.
It's rated 80.
I made it, bitch. Hell yeah. No. Well, dude, diving into our rapid fire question. Just our quick answer thought process. First one, top tier comics that we should have on. Who do you think?
One of them is Jake Anarino. He's local here, and he's a national touring headliner.
Hell yeah.
Definitely get him. He is just phenomenal.
Love that.
If you haven't, Kenny Mock, if you haven't him yet, amazing guy. One of the kindest, funniest dudes in the world. When I first came here to Columbus, not only was he just like a rock star when he went on stage, like everything was a laugh, he said, but he never. You know, like some people, they're so funny, and then that dictates how they treat people. Kenny never let that happen. Kenny was always the sweetest, nicest human being in the world. And for somebody who was bullied most of his life, that meant a lot to me, and I hold on to that. So, Kenny, thank you so much, because you kept a new guy in the game so I can get where I'm at. So thank you, Kenny, and congrats to him. And check Kenny Mock out. He's great.
Yeah, and because of that, I'm going to give you your flowers. There's plenty of people that benefited from Kenny's doing his thing because of you.
Yep.
So, yeah, I see so many people talking to you. And
pay it forward.
Yeah, and you do.
And for those people that talked about me, I gravitated to them because they had something amazing. I thought they were amazing, and I just want to see them do well. I want to see them blow up. And there's times where I text a lot of those people, and I'll just be like, hey, I found this. Check this out. I got this. Check that out.
Yeah.
One other person, Tanya Vora, there's a book right now by Judy Carter. It's called Making Money Being Funny.
Yep.
And she's referenced in the book.
Damn.
She's referenced in the book.
Tanya is?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes, her show, and it was because they were talking about like branding yourself and stuff like. And she's mentioned twice. I'm reading the book, and I'm like, and I messaged her, I'm like, you got referenced twice in an industry book.
And she never mentioned this when she was on the show.
She didn't know it, and then she didn't know it. I just told her recently.
That makes me feel better. I'd be like, she ain't say nothing. I was about to say, Tanya.
I told her, like, you don't do a comedy show. You do a proven formula of success, as quoted in this book.
Interesting.
And that's how you sell the show from now on. Because, like, is your comedy show successful? I don't know. the top leading industry people say it's amazing. What do you think?
Interesting.
So congrats to her and Jules Wagner. Everybody, those like Jules Wagner is another person that I've been bringing on the road a lot because I just want to see her grow. And she's gonna be funnier than me. She's gonna be hilarious. I'm doing is I'm just working with her because I'm gonna crap out in 10 years and then I'm gonna open for her. I'm gonna be that old man that opens for her. And everybody's like, why does she let him open up for him? And it's like, cause I'll be like, I love the young people.
I love it.
I'm just
hell yeah.
Everybody's just dynamite here. Everybody, if I mention your name, I want you to go in the comments section because it's good for the engagement.
Yes.
And I want you to be like, fuck you, Jesse. You didn't bring me up. And I will answer to every one of those, and that will get the engagement up also on the video we comment. So it's a little fun comment game.
Yes.
So if I didn't say your name and you think I should have said it, fuck you, Jesse, and I will answer back to it. There we go.
I love that.
And
fuck isn't censored in our comments, so do what you got to do.
Yes, it's not censored. Or you can be nicer. You can be like, you know what, Jess? I didn't appreciate that.
And that's a longer comment too.
That's a longer
so comment.
Get
pushed to the top.
There you go. There you go. Pin it. The best mean comment pins it.
Ooh. Competition.
Good. What's the old saying? Bad press, good press. I need the press. Let's go.
I love that. Okay, so speaking of comics, we'll go broader. Favorite comic, period. Whether they're alive, whether they've passed on. Favorite comic.
Christopher Titus.
I was gonna say you mentioned Christopher Titus, but
because before him, I knew comedy as jokes.
Sure.
When I saw his special, Norman Rockwell's Bleeding, it redefined what comedy was for me. It changed the baseline to what a comedy special can be. Then he followed it up with the 5th annual End of the World Tour, Love is Evil, Neverlution, the Voices in My Head, like. And it's all personal stuff. It's all like the one special is about his divorce, and the one special is about how he failed so many times in the industry. Yeah, where he lost his own sitcom and everything. Like he talks about stuff that is uncomfortable. And there's times where I have stories where I'm like, I don't think I could talk about this on stage. And then I look at him and I'm like, he is talking about those stuff. You can figure this out. And I think when you find a comedian that not only makes you laugh, inspires you, but also makes you want to move in a certain direction. Yeah, that's like. So I mean, like he to me, he's a North Star in my comedy. Sure, work.
I love that. That's great, man. Okay, best way you deal with hecklers.
The best way. So one of the things, I'll befriend them. I just befriend them, like, because sometimes if you agree with them, it takes the wind out of their argument. Then they're like, I don't know what to say. Yes. Yeah, and then I'll roast them. But then after I roast them, I'm like, but give it up for this guy though, and everybody's clapping, and then the guy's confused, like he was against me, he's friends with me now, and all that stuff. Or sometimes I will get to the point where if he keeps going, I will get the whole audience to hate him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I mean, like, does anybody else think this drunk uncle needs to shut the fuck up? And then the whole audience will clap. And that's, you have that moment. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Sometimes I look at it like this. Don't try to get them to be quiet. Make them make the choice to be quiet. Make them want to be quiet and listen. And that will sometimes... Yeah, and there's times where, I've been at certain comedy clubs where there's a safe word you have to say. And that's when they escort them out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah, I forgot it one time. They were like hula hoop. And I'm like, and I'm like, what's the word? What's the word? Ring. Anyways, and
they're just like,
lasso. Like, shit. Hoop. Basketball hoop.
Jacks? What's another kid's toy? What's another kid's toy?
Then people are like, is he having a stroke? What's
Bop
going
it?
on here?
Bop it. What was the other thing? Skip it.
Yeah. So but
I love that.
My career is based on failure.
Word.
That's it.
Word.
I love it. I love everything about it.
I'm skipping a couple questions.
Skip it away.
But least favorite social media, favorite social media, and then where can people find you on social media?
Terrence said it best in the previous episode, and for those who haven't watched the episode, it's currently the #1 episode, I bet, right now. I'm going to say that. All episodes are #1.
Respect.
I
right? Love that.
All right. When was the last time social media felt fun? That is a good question. Yeah, I mean, like question. I remember when after school, you would be on the computer with your friends doing homework, and then you would be commenting on a thing like, or MySpace had the whole like, check out my top 5 friends, or here's my music. I learned how to code. It's like
literally
there was something creative. Now it's Instagram and all these. They feel like resumes because a lot of times club owners or bookers will be like, what's your followers?
Yeah.
Not if you're funny.
Yeah.
What's your followers?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the following, and here's the thing, even if you have the numbers, let's say you have 100,000. Okay, that's fantastic. Can you get 100,000 people to convert into ticket buyers?
Right.
That is a hard,
That's huge.
That's the thing. So it's like, it's not even just about having the numbers, but can you convert the number?
Yeah.
And I think when social media became about number conversions, it kind of, it makes you go like,
yeah.
Like, because now it's not fun. Now you're like, anytime you post something, you're like, but what is this doing for my career?
Yep.
What am I doing? You know, so like,
Yep.
right now, I would say all of them, because right now they're a chore.
Yeah.
They're a chore. Like,
Yeah.
I go every day, I post a video on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and it's like I gotta post. I gotta keep up with the algorithm, you know. And it's sometimes. But again, I ask myself, did I get into comedy so I can do this? There was an interview I saw, and it broke my heart because the club owner said something very interesting.
Okay.
They said, "What would you tell somebody who wants to get into stand-up?"
Sure.
And they said, "Well, first, get a following on Instagram." And I'm like, and it broke my heart to hear that. But I understand why they said that.
Yeah.
Because it's about asses and seats, butts and seats, and stuff like that. And they're like, but on the side, moonlight and do your stand-up, moonlight. And I'm just thinking like, it just ruined it. I remember there was a time where you want to do stand-up, you signed your name up on a list, you get on stage, you do stand-up, you keep doing it good. When open mics are amazing, because like that's how Dave Robich from the Funny Farm, he found me in an open mic and got me to start hosting, and because of him, I started hosting at other clubs. You know what I mean? Like that's the American dream, I guess, in comedy. You know what I mean? And be where your worth was based on how funny you could be in front of an audience.
Yes.
Because nowadays you see a lot of people, they get these headlining gigs, and it's every 3 minutes there's a laugh. Sometimes they've only been doing stand-up for 6 months, and then half their show is Q&A because they don't have an act yet.
Right.
But they're hot. They're new.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
And then then here's the worst part. You listen to people leaving the room or leaving the show, and they'll be like, that guy was okay. I'm going to keep watching him online, but I don't think I'm going to come to a show again. So now here's the danger to this.
Mm-hmm.
You just watched the headliner not do good.
Yes.
And then all the funny people that were in front of them who did great. So the idea is like their idea of what's a funny headliner was that.
Yes.
Not actual comedy.
Yes.
Not actual funny.
Yes.
It was the guy who could put most seats because he does X amount of things on these social media apps.
Yeah.
And it's like, could you imagine if somebody saw you catching a football and you're like, you should really do the NFL.
Be like,
wait, what? Like I'm playing chess, and they're like, you ever hear of Bobby Fischer? being or if I accidentally just play a G chord on the guitar, and they're like, what do you think about music?
Yeah,
I mean,
like what? I just started.
It's just started. Yeah, and it's like, it's those little things that just makes you go like, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Like, it's about watching somebody tried and true do it so well and so damn good that you need to bring them in because they add value to your venue.
Correct.
It's like, a lot of venues used to be about, hey, if we have a comic that's here, they're funny. They're funny.
For real.
This place isn't great because we brought this guy. We have a standard, and whoever's here, I don't care who they are, A, B, C list, whatever, they're going to be funny no matter what.
Yes.
And like I said, I understand the need to put asses in seats. I get it. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's a business, and that's the whole thing I tell about comics. Like, get to know the business, understand the business. But to hear that one club owner on that one podcast say like, get the Instagram following before you try stand up.
That's crazy.
Listen, I don't care. I might be speaking out my ass. That's wrong.
As a person that, this show is on the internet. We use the internet to push this message out. I would hate to tell somebody that. Yeah. Like, be funny. Be funny. Be funny. Be funny. I don't understand anything outside of it.
Just have fun and have a good time and laugh.
Yes.
And trust me, there are great club owners out there that are always having comedians' backs and are looking out for them. I work for a great deal of them. Yeah. And they know who they are. They're amazing. And I thank them. Every time I see them, I say, thank you. Thank you for trying to get me here, try to get me there. Thank you. Because they get it. They get the art. They understand that part. Yes. They still, they're not jaded by the business. They see what this is and how much a privilege it is to be working in this industry. Right. So, and I thank them. I thank them heavily. Yeah.
All of that being said, where do people find you on social media?
Now, after I just said it's the devil.
Hey, man, fuck social media.
I need you to become a follower.
Right.
Like, one last thing. Like, I swear, I just want to say this real quickly. If the Manson family was a family of people of followers, Sharon Tate would be alive today. Because you know what happens? They would show up to the house. They're like, I thought 50 people were coming. They're like, they were interested. They were interested in the killing.
They RSVP'd.
They RSVP'd, yeah. No, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. Yeah, if you just Jesse Pimpinella Comedy, you put it in there. I'm there. Follow me. And look, every time you follow me, you're helping an independent comic not live in a box. There you go.
That part. Love that. Love that. Well, last thing I do want you to say or share, August 20th is when this episode is dropping. So if it's Thursday, you should be watching this. But August 20th, after August 20th, what you got going on? Any shows? Events?
Oh, yeah. So I will be... So I know my schedule is going to change because it's always in flux.
Love it.
And my wife uses my website to keep track of me.
That's fair.
She's like, because like she'll do this to me. She'll be like, "Hey, you got anything on this Friday?" I'm like, "Well, no, you don't. I saw your website. We're going on a double date."
As you looked it up, what's the website?
JessePimpinella.com. All right. So go to JessePimpinella.com. I got a lot of great shows. I'm going to be a part of the Columbus Comedy Festival, which I believe is the weekend of the 27th to the 30th of August.
Yeah.
So check that out. I'll be there because this show comes out, the 27th?
The 20th. 20th. Yep. August 20th.
Like right there, leading right into the Columbus Comedy
Next
Festival.
week.
Right there. Boom. I want to see you there. All right. I want to see you there. All right. And then if you see me hawking my merch and being like, check me out on Facebook, they'll be like, you don't like it.
Shut up. Buy my stuff.
You hypocritical bitch. And you're right. I am a hypocritical bitch. I wear that proudly. But yeah, check it out. JessePimpinella.com. All the shows are there. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, thank you so much for being on. This was awesome. We might have to have one of your alter egos come on sometime later. Maybe people are watching like, what are you talking about? And some people are watching it like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, but dude, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much. This was so amazing. This is an incredible thing.
Thank you.
Please don't ever stop doing this. This is amazing.
Yes, we will go until the wheels fall off, and I don't know what those wheels look like if they fall off. So we'll figure that out when we get there.
Can I say one last thing? I want people to know how amazingly human the show is.
Thank you.
I had to unexpectedly cancel an appearance here.
Dude.
And it was a family issue that happened, and Ira, like, just the wonderful, greatest human being. I told him it happened. He's like, you don't have to tell me. I totally understand. Yeah. I told him because I respect this guy so much, and that's how much he cares. Yes, it's a business. Yeah, this is work. This is bottom line. But this is a guy with a heart. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
I appreciate you saying that, man. Nobody told him to say that. He said it on his own. He's not getting paid.
Just say that. You edit in the red dot. Just the red dot going on my forehead. Like, all right, I said it.
Cool. All right, Brandon, make sure we add that in nicely. He said it. Moving on. Next part. No, but thank you for being on, man. Appreciate you taking some time. Shout out to Rehab for hosting us. Shout out to Brandon for putting this whole thing together, making us look pretty.
Yes,
somebody has to. So Rehab is great. Brandon's great. And shout out to Terrence for staying.
Yeah, look at that.
You should have watched his episode last week. If you didn't watch it right now, I think it'll link to it.
Yeah.
Watch his episode. It was great. It was fantastic.
I was there. It was funny. I could attest.
There it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out the next episode of Rehab.
All right.
And First Mike. We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
Cue the music.
Cue the music. All right. Thank you so much. This is why I got it. Hell, this is right here.